It's just not a good recipe for success, I don't think.
Yeah,
I think
facts,
if you
facts.
come out and you pound them, you get them in foul trouble, you do what you know you can do, and then see how it
But
unfolds.
if you
Right?
notice, we had him in foul trouble a couple times. It's just we're not utilizing it to the best of our advantage. We can't, like, if they're in foul trouble, we can't just keep 6 minutes left in a quarter shooting threes. We can't do that because it's like, okay, our 3 pointers aren't clicking now. So at least get to the rack. We don't. You don't need to make the shot, but at least get to the foul line. I
Mm-hmm.
respect that more than just taking
Yeah.
the shot and then they
Okay.
come down and score right back on us. It's like trading twos for missing threes after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's certainly
I agree with
an
you, man.
issue with them. I mean, you've got to make sure that you're getting to the basket, you're attacking, and LeBron's going to have to attack early. If he's looking at it at 30% attack, 70% pass in the first half, that's going to have to flip. You're going to need 70% attack and score LeBron with him doing a little bit here and there
I would
to get
love to
everybody
see
else
that
going.
aggressive Bron tonight. I
Me
swear to
too.
you, that would probably be the
Me
best
too.
thing. Because I feel like if you bring that aggressive Bron, he might give you 40 tonight,
He
50.
could. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they need for sure. For sure, that's what they need. All right, man. Thanks so much for hopping on here with us from DC. Appreciate you joining us. All right, let me bring in a new person here. But man, it's going to be so important that the Lakers are aggressive out there tonight, getting to the rim, attacking, and then defensively doing everything they can to get a cold shooting night. I think it's funny that last game, most Suns fans felt like that was the first fairly officiated game, was last game. And I did not agree. Obviously, I did not agree with that
Of course not.
No, but I felt like last game was, you look at Devin Booker and it's a foul. It was certainly frustrating watching the way that was, playing out. And I think this is also going to be a factor because the Lakers are the more aggressive, more physical team in general. If it is a tight whistle like we saw in game 4, that's going to be tough for the Lakers as well. I think this has got to be a very physical game where the Lakers can kind of use some of that strength that they've got.
I think the officiating has been pretty bad, like league wide.
All year.
Oh yeah,
it has not been
every series.
Yeah, pretty much every series. There's questionable calls left and right. I mean, what was that thing that Chris Paul said? Was it 11 in a row with Scott Foster?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of
he's
crazy.
complaining about Scott Foster, like,
right? Like that's weird. 11.
It is, but did you look at that game and say the Suns lost that because of the refs?
Not totally, but I mean, I do see plays here and there where you're like, what the hell are you looking at? You know what I mean? And even when they go and the review and they come back with some crazy conclusion, I'm like, what? It just doesn't make sense.
That drives me. Drives me insane when they review it and they still get it wrong. Like, how is that possible? Or what was the one they came up with the other day? It was physical taunting.
Physical taunting.
Physical taunting.
What is that?
I was dying.
It's like they didn't know what to call, so they just made something up. They're like, physical taunting? Yeah, that sounds good.
This guy's being really mean.
I really believe they just be trying to make the Lakers lose. Like, I feel like that's always a thing for LA. Regular season, postseason, the refs just want us to lose.
That's the Jen Bry kid coming on here. So you think there is a ref conspiracy against the Lakers?
Oh yeah, like when I watch the games, like it really looks like that's what's happening because you look at how they ref us. We'll go down and like LeBron will get a foul, but they don't call it, and then they go down the other end, and the same thing happens to the other team. Say Devin Booker in this playoff series, and they call a foul. It's like, bro, y'all are like really trying to make us lose.
It's the Shaq problem, Trevor. It's the whole this guy is a lot bigger than the guards and the contact doesn't look the same, so therefore we're not going to call a foul. It's the same thing.
It's the reason why guys fall to the ground when they're shooting threes. It's to try to draw attention to any sort of contact that was there or was not there. If you're a guy like LeBron and you can stay vertical when people are hammering you versus a guy like Devin Booker, who's still a big dude but doesn't have LeBron's strength, and he can't stay vertical if he gets hit, then they're going to call that foul because it stands out a lot more if a player goes to the ground. It's the way that goes. But I agree. It's nothing new. It's something that's been around since Shaq, and even before Shaq, you saw the bigger, stronger players just didn't get as many calls, which flies in the face of what 29 teams, their fans, believe that LeBron James gets calls that he should not get, that he complains and gets all these calls and the refs are all on his side. But having watched the game, obviously we're biased from the Lakers side of things, but having watched games with LeBron playing in them, he gets fouled way more than he gets calls for.
Oh yeah,
most definitely. I mean, and I'm just saying, like, basically for even Caruso, for instance, like there are times like when Lakers are getting fouled that they're not calling them, and then the other team will get that foul the next possession. Like, it's so annoying to me.
it's an
consistency.
it's an
a lack of
overemphasis
consistency.
on the jump shooters too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like that.
Yeah, I put
crack
that on
papers,
Twitter.
that
Twitter
one-
yesterday. I said you have to protect the defender now.
That one AD 3 where he kicked Crowder in the balls on accident.
That was unintentional. I felt
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was very unintentional.
Right?
Suns,
Really
Suns
quick.
fans believe that was intentional. That Anthony Davis is like prime Anderson Silva and has that kind of accuracy on a front kick. That is the belief out there, was that he did that on purpose and should have been ejected.
Guys, you know what?
For a guy who falls on the floor 15 times a night, that is some amazing body control. To be able to kick him in the balls and shoot a 3 at the same time.
My favorite thing on broadcast is when that obviously happens, when a player gets hit in the balls, right? And then the announcers have to come up with something that's not balls.
Yeah.
That's my guys. That's
They're
my
like the groins.
the lower
Yes.
lower midsection. It's the best. Next time you guys hear it, tag me because it's hilarious.
You know what? I would love it if they just had like Charles Barkley on this here. Damn, he got kicked in the baby maker.
It's the
Just
best.
some color commentator that would just fucking just say whatever.
Bill Walton
I
bro.
would pay for that.
Oh man, but anyway, yeah, no. As far as the foul discrepancies go, I haven't looked at the numbers, but I think it's been pretty even throughout the whole series, actually. And as far as the reviews going for like calls and they still miss them, the makeup calls are just as bad.
Right.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. An equal number of fouls doesn't mean a fairly called game.
Oh, it doesn't.
And that's what a lot of people
That's
look
true.
at. They'll go,
That's
both
true.
teams got 24 fouls called against them. That's a fair game. No, that's not how that works. If
No.
you're the more aggressive team, you're attacking, you're getting more contact. If you're actually being fouled more, you should get more foul calls, right? Isn't that how it's supposed to work? But fans tend to look at, if the fouls are equal, that means it's fair.
No, I think I only brought that up is because I think in this particular series, Suns fans think the Lakers are getting way more calls than they are.
But they should.
I mean, no,
definitely not.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying that I think that's why they look at the foul totals that you brought up, and it's like, well, yeah, okay, if it's even, then it's fair. But in reality, it's actually not. The Lakers